Hello all and welcome back. So in the last video I told you I would talk about what happens when your muscles break down or you push too hard. Why this could be a problem in exercise with EDS. So when your muscles break down, then you don't have the muscle mass or stuff to hold things in place. When you push too hard, it weakens the muscles even temporarily and leaves you in the same position. Normally, then the ligaments would kick in and hold everything together until the muscles strengthen enough to be good. With EDS, as you know, the ligaments and all the tendons and everything that holds everything together isn't working as well. And so from there, what will actually happen is you do something like that. Honestly, the day that I dislocated my arm, I had pushed a little bit harder trying. I got sick of waiting. I got sick of being patient with my body and moving slowly along that path, and I wanted progress faster. And so I was going to push myself just a little bit each day, a little bit farther. And then I actually ended up having to push even harder than that because the appointment was an hour later than I thought it was. Well, I knew going into the appointment that I was exhausted. I figured it's okay, it's a PT appointment. It's, he'll put everything back in, I'll go home and I'll go to bed. Not a big deal. And it wouldn't have been, except for on the way out, my foot met my shoelace. I'm not sure if it slipped in. I kind of don't think so because I tried to check later. I think it just tapped it. And that tap was enough that my muscles couldn't hold anymore. And I went down. Now, okay, well, what about I was working on my core and my legs and stuff? That shouldn't matter, right? Well, that was the worst of the injury. This week I went in and I'd actually dislocated my tibia, my tibial head also, and a bunch of the vertebrae in my spine. So that means that now, as I tried to strengthen throughout that past week, the muscles were also fighting, trying to put everything back in place. In fact, I had one vertebrae that was out enough that it was a struggle for him to get back in. So I actually set myself back. My muscles were pulled a bit more than they would have been had I not done that, which lengthens the time it'll take for them to heal. I got injuries that, the muscles weren't able to strengthen correctly during that week to hold everything in. I did pull some things, especially in my arm. That arm's going to take a lot longer to heal. So you have to be aware of that. There is an appropriateness to pushing, but at the same time, if you push too hard, you're setting yourself up for injury. And once you get injured, you actually have a setback rather than progress. And so you have to balance both. It is a good idea to push yourself a little bit every day, but it would have been better for me to do less while I was out and then do that last little bit of push when I was at home right before I went to bed. Because then I could have still pushed the muscles, but I wouldn't have set myself up for potential injury, an injury that did happen. So I hope that helps kind of explain some ways that you can still strengthen muscles, but some of the things to be aware of as you're strengthening those muscles, pushing a little bit more, things like that, to be aware of to help make sure you don't actually end up worse by trying to improve yourself. So I hope that helps, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.